Hello, so I've come out local to me this evening and I thought I'd bring you along with me to understand a little bit more about my thought process behind Fireskies. So where I am actually over in Yorkshire, not in the Lake District. It's about 20 minutes from my house. I'm stood on top of this beautiful limestone pavement, which is quite iconic to Yorkshire. And these make great for fantastic foregrounds and images. And behind me, you can see there's a train going over, is Ribblehead Viaduct. And beyond that, you can see the bit of orange in the sky. That's the direction which the sun is setting. At the moment, we're about an hour and a half before sunset. So what I saw last night on the weather forecast on clear outside and venter sky was medium and high cloud, which usually is perfect for catching the setting sun and causing a fire sky. Now, the only question mark I had was about the how clear the horizon was going to be. Now, over in that direction, it's about 60 miles to the coast, which, based on my elevation here, 270 meters, using a horizon calculator, 60 miles is about the distance I need. 60 kilometers is about the distance I need for a clear horizon. So, provided the horizon's clear over at the sea over there, then it's perfect for creating a fire sky. Now, it could have gone both ways, but photographers ephemeris, which looks at a region's sort of over larger areas, seem to think that it was also going to be a fire sky. So that's obviously running some complex calculations to understand where we're going to get them, where we're not. But from my experience, it's not always that reliable. So I tend to sort of do the numbers myself. So all in all, thumbs up, that's why I've come here today. But upon arrival, I've noticed the horizon's quite hazy. And I think because of the high pressure system we're in at the moment, it's sort of holding on to those sort of pollutants and contaminants in the atmosphere. And that's why we've got haze on the horizon. And I can see it looking in the opposite direction. Looking back, I see about sort of 20 or 30 kilometers in the other direction. And the visibility does reduce. So my issue is, as the sun starts to set, is that horizon going to be blocked by those pollutants? Probably, most likely looking at it, yes. But I can see already there's a little bit of sort of odd underlighting on the clouds in the distance. Not particularly a fire sky because we're too far from sunset, but it is catching some light. So possibly, even though we've got a band of haze on the distance that might be blocking essentially the setting sun, I might not get any direct light hitting these rocks here. But it doesn't mean that the sun can't shine over that band of haze and underlight this cloud, because after all, we're looking at medium and high cloud. Obviously, I can't quite tell the exact elevation of this cloud here, but it could be anything from 6,500 feet up to 20,000 feet above it for the high cloud. So it could go both ways. So seeing as though I'm here, it's always worth waiting it out. Too many times earlier on in my career, I'd be walking away thinking, not going to happen. As I'm getting in the car, the sky lights up. So always wait it out. So let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. As you can see, it's not the easiest ground to walk on. I might fall backwards at any moment, but I think I found my shot. I've just been scouting around looking for potential compositions. I want to get nice and tight and close to some of this grass, or maybe some of these little holes filled with water, or there's some bracken and leaves, but because it's February, everything's dead. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the line of this sort of limestone going across the scene here, because it mirrors the line of the viaduct in the background, and then hopefully in the distance I'll be getting that fire sky. So I'm ready, I'm set up, let's see what happens. I can see a little bit of underlighting. It is quite a bit of a blanket of cloud in the distance, but again, we've still got that haze on the distance. Fingers crossed. I'm actually feeling a bit more confident about this one now. So as you can see, forecast is on my side. I had a few reservations about that band of haze on the horizon, but by the looks of it, the sun, as it's setting beneath the horizon, it's filtering out that sort of the rest of the wavelengths of light, leaving only the red now, and that's shining up directly onto the underside of these clouds because they're high enough in the sky in order for them to catch that last bit of light on the horizon before the sun goes beyond the other side of the earth. Absolutely fantastic. I've got to stop recording now because I need to take some photos, but here's the final image. So I should also note that actually the sun's been intense enough to shine through that haze. So I'm actually getting a sunburst happening on the other side or through the viaduct. So couldn't be more perfect than this. Look at it. Absolutely incredible.